Hola.
That's so close. So close.
So close.
So close.
Really?
Yeah, we'll go with Spanglish with that one. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So
Sweet.
close.
Awesome.
Half karate, half English.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm taking Spanish classes on Vimeo.
Yeah.
Vimeo's still around?
Spanish was put out by Cobra Kai.
All right. Hola, como estas? We hope you're doing.
Jesus Christ.
We hope you're doing well.
I don't speak French. I'm in trouble.
We're
Oui,
now,
oui.
Well, we're now multilingual. That's good Spanish, Davey. Good job on the Spanish there, buddy. We're now a multilingual show.
It's awesome. Equal opportunity for everybody.
That's right. And we are going to talk about stuff.
Okay.
The British pub is giving away their bus.
I think it's gone.
It's gone? No, we still have to talk about
I
it.
don't think it's gone, but I think it's been claimed.
The British pub has given away their bus, but we've got a story about it from before they gave away their bus.
Because it was on my list of things to do yesterday.
It wasn't trying to get that bus?
Yeah.
Were you going to try to get the bus?
I didn't know what to do with it, but I would have came up with something fun.
For Pete's
I thought about it.
That's
and
what
I'm
I need.
I thought about it, and I'm like, Mike Davis is already pissed off at me because there's a damn ambulance rotting in the back parking lot back here.
What's a bus?
So we're not going to bring the British pub bus up here.
What are we collecting these junky things for? I don't understand.
It's another St. Augustine tradition that
So
it's another
stupid.
St. Augustine thing that you wouldn't understand.
Get
man.
over it. It's a freaking hunk of metal that is oxidized and looks like crap. And somebody's like, let's make a necklace. Like, get out of here. Get rid of it. Good God.
You're not invited to the bar, Dave.
I don't care. Goodbye.
Yes, you do.
Good.
Yes, you do. You love a good party.
I'll be in the parking lot.
Liar. Association.
Exactly.
You love a good party.
That close to being a local. He was getting so close to being crowned a
Then
local.
they just
It
threw
was.
it all away.
Well, no, this and the fat man,
Yeah,
and
who
we
the
realize
fat
you're
man
not
is.
a...
Didn't have any
boy.
idea.
Jeez.
You got the fat man.
I'll re-audition.
That should be on the local test.
Yeah.
That should be a question of the day. one day.
Yeah. Yeah. Who is...
Best commercial of 1991.
Yeah. Yeah. That was definitely it. Oh, I'm trying to think of some other good local commercials now. Now you got my head spinning for other local. But not a lot of people did commercials, I guess, back then. Fat Man definitely did them.
Yeah. No, some of the local car dealerships would do them. And
Yeah.
I think Jimmy Wells had an old one, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
Jimmy Wells?
Yeah. Didn't he have an old commercial?
I don't know. Possibly. Definitely possibly. Probably later on. All right. We'll talk about stolen amputated legs.
What?
Yep.
can't charge them with the armed robbery.
Oh.
You really went out on a limb there, Troy.
Rick for the win. Nice steal.
We didn't practice
Arms. That was my addition to the joke. All right. I'm losing my mind.
We all are. Definitely are.
that. It's okay.
Yeah. No, I really am.
You're doing great.
Well, I got a few years left in me, and then I'll be somewhere.
Padded.
Oh, definitely that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was going 6 feet under. Okay.
Oh, possibly that.
That too dark?
I mean, the
Too
coffin
dark.
would be padded. Coffin would definitely be padded.
True.
Yeah, yeah,
True.
yeah. Close enough. Yeah, for sure. All right.
They look very comfy.
Yeah. Well, that's because I was just sitting in a Beaux-Arts Ford. Woo! Lincoln.
Speaking about comfort.
Yeah.
That's right. Since 1949, Beaux-Arts Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. They're a family-owned beacon of trust, and their padding on their seats is very luxurious.
It is very nice.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
They have amazing vehicles over there at Beaux-Arts Ford Lincoln. Got to see a few of those F-250s at the Jimmy Jam over the weekend.
Yeah.
They were beautiful.
Oh, amazing trucks. Amazing trucks. Yeah. So, and they got a lot of trucks on hand for you. I think still. Beaux-Arts Ford Lincoln, they're right there at I-95 and State Road 16. Triple Crown Award winners. Dealer of the Year. 91 climate-controlled service bays. Is there anything they don't have?
How about like a
Illegal drugs.
Oh, they
You're
don't
right.
have that. No,
No, they don't.
They
Of
don't
course
have the
they
fat
don't.
man.
Not free gift with purchase.
Yeah,
though,
no. Why would they have that?
No.
Idiot.
But they have a customer lounge, right? Do they have Wi-Fi in that thing?
Yeah.
They do.
They have everything in there, man.
Yeah.
It's posh.
Jeez.
I just want to go
posh.
there and sometimes just hang
Just
out.
hang out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's way better than Starbucks.
Seriously. That I will
true.
definitely triple stamp
That's
you on.
true. Bozard Ford Lincoln, where memories are made. I like that. I like it. I
Yeah.
think it's good.
Mhm.
Where memories are made. It's very generic. But they are also driven to inspire.
I mean, it's the second most expensive thing you're going to buy in your life. So why wouldn't you do it at the people you can trust at Bozard?
Ooh, man.
Not even
That's-
close to the second most expensive.
Yeah.
No, car,
You haven't been to those rest stops lately.
house, car.
You haven't been married.
Actually, oh, that's true. That's true. I thought that's a partnership, but no. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, ruin it, Davey. Ruin the joke. Now you make me look like an asshole.
All right.
Lot Lizard Association.
It's play a president.
And the Florida Man games.
Yes!
We got a lot down there, and we got a lot for you to watch. We got a lot for you to do, and we got a lot for you to watch. We talked about the things you can do yesterday. We'll talk about the things you can watch today. How about that?
All right.
Evading arrest obstacle course? Check. Cops chasing criminals while they steal copper pipes and catalytic converters? Yep.
Mhm.
Double check.
The weaponized pool noodle mud duel?
Check.
Check. Still got to build a couple of those. Florida sumo cage match and beer chug?
Check.
Yep. That's a Saturday for me, son.
That's just morning.
That's me waking up, man.
That's breakfast.
The hurricane party prep grocery aisle brawl. I'm so excited about that one.
Check.
Check. Double check. Yeah. And human beer pong.
Check.
Yeah. And eat the butt challenge.
Check.
Yeah.
Check.
Mm-hmm.
Check.
TheFloridaManGames.com. Tickets are going to be $69 at the door, so get them now.
Dude, that's awesome.
You know, what was funny is last year I had no idea what I was doing. This year I have a little bit of an idea of what I'm doing. But last year, I left the tickets up on Eventbrite and sold them at the door at the same time. And people started to figure out that they were $4 cheaper on Eventbrite. So they would buy their tickets on Eventbrite as they were standing in line.
People are smart.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
They got me. There'll be 69 at the door this year, all around the board, son.
And what about Eventbrite?
They will be 69 on Eventbrite, too.
You.
If Eventbrite's still available that day.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, true. We don't even know.
They may cut it off the day before.
Yeah.
I mean, we may cut ticket sales off on Eventbrite the day before, you know?
Mm.
Oh, no, just make sure you raise the price that way.
Yeah.
That way you they don't have to wait in line to purchase the ticket. So
Yeah.
even if you do it day of show, it's cool.
Right.
Just make sure it's the same price.
Yeah.
Don't give up,
Yeah.
Don't give up the $4.
Oh, that $4 broke me. Yeah. It was not a successful event because I didn't get those
$4.
extra $4.
Yeah.
Sound like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah,
was-
right?
that was-
Cocktails.
Scottish, but not Scrooge. All right, moving on. I really am losing my mind. Also shout out to Fidus Roofing, Great Expectations, Realty and Auction, Chiba Hut Toasted Sub, St. Augie's Pizza, BHF Insurance, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, St. Augustine Handy House, and I'm powered as I am each and every morning by shit.
Way off.
Way off.
Way off.
There it is.
We'll get there eventually.
This new sticker, that's why.
No, that was all me. The Vibe Nutrition.
I'll try and take a little more responsibility and guide it. The one day you nailed it, I had it like just ready.
Yeah, then you hit autopilot over there, Tesla. Get on this. Yeah,
My bad. When I can see
self-drive.
when I can see the label, I'm like, okay, I got you.
You are his handler on this show.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Oh, all right. There we go. We're ready to get started. Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Hey, happy Thursday.
Finally, it's weekend eve.
Wow.
Finally.
Yeah, this
Ready
week
to
went
go.
Quick. How are you in the booth, Rick?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Good, man.
Appreciate it.
Question of the day, Troy.
All right, question of the day, and I was thinking about this on the right end. Who had the coolest car when you were growing up? You're like, oh, man, Mr. Smith. has that awesome whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah. I think the guy that had the coolest car, in fact, I know, and this is a guy I still know to this day. Rick, you'll remember this truck, actually. Tony's truck.
Yeah, Tony Klinger.
Yeah.
Extreme S10.
Well, I wasn't going to say his last name.
Oh, yeah, that's my dog. Social security number.
Yeah. Okay, stop right there.
Birthday.
Yeah. No, Tony had this. It was like it was my last year at St. Augustine High School. And I remember you would always see this. What was the chameleon painted?
Real chameleon paint. Too.
Real chameleon paint on this X10. They had the S10s and then they had the S10 Extremes, the Chevy Extremes, right? It had like a body kit on the bottom and it was lowered. It had rims on it and all that stuff. Sound system, all that.
Yeah, that one.
I mean, it was
He had it macked out.
Yeah, it was the first one that I remember that was really decked out of anybody that I knew. Yeah, so I'll go Tony's truck. It was a heck of a truck. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I went to a hoity-toity high school and I didn't belong there. So, I mean,
there's a bunch of them there.
Yeah, right. So, like, there was, like, all the cool kids would drive a Saab back in the day. I don't know. Do you remember those cars?
Oh, sure, yeah.
I
My
dated a
uncle
girl
had a
in college.
Saab.
I dated a girl in college with a Saab.
And
It was a
they just had an
POS.
air about them. I mean, I was a 1990 Smurf Blue Dodge Shadow with the whole sticker on the back. You know what I mean? Like, I was pulling up like Uncle Buck in this place. So, like, everybody had these, like, luxury cars. And, like, I just remember you weren't a cool kid unless you had a Saab. And that was, like, the most amazing. Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld had a Saab.
Did he really?
That's what he drove in the show, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a terrible car.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst cars I've ever driven.
Really?
Yeah, it was awful.
Tell me, was it, like, just not good?
It was loud. It wasn't. It's supposed to be a luxury car. It didn't ride like a luxury car. It was just terrible. Like, and that's back in the 80s.
I know.
Yeah.
Can only imagine the people that drive them. Take that, Diana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saabs. What a disgusting name for a car too. Like
Saab. Yeah, it's so
It
depressing,
doesn't
right?
sound
Right.
attractive.
It sounds like something you put on a rash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saab,
Do you have the Saab
yeah.
cream?
Hey.
Give me the Saab cream.
Don't say it too loud. Just pass it over. Yeah.
My house, everything's yelling. Yeah.
Hey, do you have any of that Saab?
Yeah. Where's the Saab? Do you have Saab in your house? I got that. Yeah. I need the Saab. Yeah. Oh God.
Mine actually was one of the deans at my junior high.
Really?
And he drove like a 1959 two-seat T-Bird. Like, they remade the T-Bird, the Thunderbird, where it was a convertible. This was a hard top, and there was a TV show called Vegas, and Dan Tana drove this exact same type of car. And I was like, dude, that is the coolest car. I mean, and I always said, I'm going to get one. And then, like, I saw him, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to get one when I became an adult.
Yeah.
And I always loved, like, the 240Zs and stuff like that.
I like the 240Zs a lot, too.
I had a friend who had a 240Z that was a softball player. He was really good, and I was kind of like, oh, he's so cool.
Yeah. The Z's got me into liking the Z's even to this current day, man. I like the Z. The Z's these days, too. What do you think, Rick?
Yours actually nailed it, man. I didn't even think of that, but I'm gonna go with our buddy Ricky. He had the '96 Impala. The black one.
Yeah.
I always loved that. I wanted that to be my first car, and I always looked up to that car. And Ricky was cool people too, but yeah, I just love that car. Even still this day, I'm gonna get one as soon as I get a stack of money up here.
Yep. Get it up.
I still like those cars a whole lot too, man.
Were there cop cars up north? I remember Impalas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were kind of universal cop cars around the country. I don't know if we had them a whole lot here, though.
They were fast.
No, we had Fords back then.
We still had
like the Torinos or whatever.
Yeah,
and like whatever the Vics, Crown Vics were.
Crown Vics, yeah,
Crown
and the
Vics.
Crown Vics with the ramming
Explorers.
package.
Explorers,
Yeah, the
And
Beach
then
had the Dodge.
the Durangos and
Durangos,
stuff.
yeah.
Never got Chevy as far as a sponsor or an endorsement or however they do that here. But back in the day, watching Cops, they'd all have the 91, 92 Caprice Classics, the bubbles.
Right.
Yeah.
They looked like the Impala, but the Impala was a little bit upgraded and a little faster.
There were a
LT1
couple
motor.
little tells on the body where you could tell it was an
The
Impala
back
or a
window
Caprice. Yeah,
and some grill stuff that you could switch out. But yeah, a real person would know. You remember Dino's Impala that shot flames out?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
I know him. He's my neighbor.
Yeah, Dino's cool.
We've talked recently. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, yeah, man. Those were cool cars. I remember I made one of those cars on Need for Speed that was so badass, and I was like, okay, when I get the money,
What color?
I will buy this car. This was like electric lime green.
Nice.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, it was great.
Green.
Yeah, it was great.
That's tight.
Yeah, I'll never forget that car in Need for Speed. The video game.
The video game.
My life.
Right. Can I change my answer to the coolest car was mine in a video game?
I made it myself.
Worked on it myself.
That's right.
I'll put it together.
Built it by hand. These two
Built, not
thumbs.
bought.
Yeah.
And if I could afford some of the other options, it'd have been awesome.
That's right. I didn't win enough illegal races to afford any more options. All right. Good question, man. Yeah. Really good question. Jeez.
They're already having fun with it.
I bet.
Flooding.
Yeah.
And it's now time for a quick check of the weather.
Drizzly.
That quick check of the weather brought to you by Great Expectations Realty and Auction, who can sell your home, your business, and everything in it. Check them out at geauction.com and gerealty.us. We now go back to the booth for the traffic report.
I actually officially have no reported accidents today.
Wow. Very nice.
Let me check my text.
Look at that. Okay.
Check the FHP's live crash and road condition report.
Oh, that's FHP.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. So I did my job today only.
What about FDOT?
Oh, give me 1 second.
No, well, see. Oh, we caught him slipping.
FDOT is more of bridge and road and construction. This is more focused on crashes and road conditions. So, yes. That's FDOT intro music.
Okay. It's for the person doing it, too. And it's slightly different every time, apparently.
You can only do it for 8 seconds. We don't want to get copyrighted.
Yeah, right.
Oh, this is original, baby. This is original.
Original audio. Okay. Why did it change every single time you did it?
It's just an inflection. I'm going through puberty.
He's going down different roads.
And now we're live.
Yay! Okay. All right.
Sorry for your extended tune.
All right. Well, that's enough of that, Rick. It's been too long on this traffic report.
Troy's a short, mine's a little bit longer review. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have to say Troy. We don't have to let him. We don't have.
What are you guys comparing here?
Wow.
That's a little
Our
oversharing.
segments in the morning on your show. That's
First, he throws out his friend's last name, and then he gives away information like that.
I know.
I'm an open book.
Really messing up this morning. Oh, I love doing this show. All right, let's get to the local stuff, shall we?
We shall.
Well, now that you said we shall, we're going to stall for a little bit. Nobody tells me what to do.
Check.
Don't give me $1 million. I said, don't give it to me.
And then he's stalling.
Now I'm confused. All right. Oh, well, let's get right into a big story here. St. Augustine's Knights of Lice. Lights.
Wow.
I'm done. Just cease. That's it.
Right? We're ending the show there. We're ending the show
perfect.
there. The Knights of Lice.
That'll take care of our problem.
That's not snow in downtown St. Augustine. They're firing lice from the cannons on the Treasury building.
Yeah.
Mom, I'm itchy.
That's all I have for today. Hey, can you grab that sob?
Honey, keep the top up on the saw. We're going through Knights of Lice.
Don't touch that, Audrey.
Don't roll the windows down.
Wash your hands.
Right.
Wear a hat and a mask.
All right, let's try this again. St. Augustine's Knights of Lights.
Okay.
They say faces sustainability challenges amid over-tourism concerns. St. Augustine's renowned Knights of Lights event draws visitors from around the globe to witness the city's festive holiday lighting displays. However, city leaders are expressing concerns about the sustainability of the event. Really, like 30 years later, we're talking about the sustainability of this event. It's the biggest event we have in St. Augustine, by the way.
It's the most important event we have for
it really
hospitality
is.
industry.
If you're one of the folks that really leans heavy into tourism, this is it. This is the event. Due to the increasing number of tourists. Mayor Nancy Sykes-Klein highlighted the issue of what she calls over-tourism. Noting that the influx of visitors has led to significant challenges, including severe traffic congestion. Where has she been for 20 years? This has always been the case for 20 years.
She's putting the stamp of approval on it, though, I think. Like, this is what she has experienced.
I mean, she's had a long time to do this.
Yeah, this was by far our most successful night of lights as far as people coming. And there was a lot of people here. And I'll tell you this, I'm blaming more the wayfinding to get to the parking lots. I mean, the city, thank you, city, for setting up the parking lots and the shuttles.
Yeah.
But no one knew how to get to them.
Yeah.
I mean, I live right in it, and I didn't have a problem. And people that are there and live in it don't. My neighbors don't have a problem. We stand in the front yard and laugh at people.
Yeah, you do.
But like, you don't leave downtown, right? Once you're in, is there a certain time?
You plan ahead. You know what's happening.
Right.
And during Hell Week, you're done by 3 o'clock. You know the roads are going to get real bad after 3 o'clock, and you plan your day around that. But this is how we survive as businesses. And as crappy as August and September and October was, anybody making this statement doesn't understand the business community. They just don't.
The mayor described the situation as gridlock that was unprecedented in its severity, indicating that the usual flow of traffic was severely disrupted. Really, I didn't see much difference from other years. Despite the lack of data, they say, the St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, and the beach's Visitors and Convention Bureau reported that local hotels experienced a successful season. Well, Troy, you'd have more information on that, and you agreed with that. However, city officials are keen, who uses that word anymore? Keen, to ensure that Nights of Lights becomes less disruptive to the daily lives of residents and local businesses. I mean, how do you do that?
Work on your damn wayfinding so people can find it so they don't have to drive around. So, I mean, that was the problem.
And by wayfinding, you mean signage?
Signage of how to get there. I mean, I have people on my street like, hey, I'm trying to look for this free. I was like, okay, you got to go back up here to US 1, and it's across the way there.
Yeah.
So, you know, they got to be able to get there. The parking garage was closing probably around 1 every day because it was full. You know, Ameris Bank, you know, I mean, congratulations to Ameris Bank. They helped out a lot of nonprofits.
Yeah.
They donated their parking lot pretty much every night, and they're just amazing people over there. But you have to be a nonprofit, and you have to bank at their bank. So, but I mean, they really helped out a lot of. They need to get some credit for that. They helped out a lot of nonprofits during that time.
Definitely, man. Nancy Sykes-Klein emphasized the need for balance, pointing out that St. Augustine is a living community, not a theme park, and that quality of life for residents must be preserved. Why does she sound like Pete Melfi in 2016? Mm-hmm. I mean, this is very interesting. I'm just wondering where this turn in perspective has actually come from, because this has been the situation for many years, and she never cared about it before. Mm-hmm. In response to growing demands of the event, the St. Johns County increased its financial support for Nights of Lights in 2024, allocating $100,000 for the event itself and $200,000 for shuttle services aimed at reducing road congestion. We've also got the Browdy's parking garage that's coming up soon at this point, right? I mean, how can we even...
Can we start that, please?
But how can we even talk about this right now when that is supposed to be, according to the mayor like 2 years ago, a big solution for the traffic and the parking and all that stuff?
It still hadn't happened.
Right, and it still hasn't happened. So why are we having this discussion when we've got a traffic solution on the way? We've got a parking solution on the way. It's just very strange and suspicious to me a little bit, honestly. The funding is part of a broader effort by the county to market St. Augustine as a tourist destination. It's why we've always been doing all this. Mm-hmm. However, city officials, including Commissioner Barbara Blonder, who I'm not impressed with personally, by the way, argue that these measures may not be sufficient given the area's rising population and the event's increasing popularity. I mean, we're acting like this year was some sort of massive outlier that we've never seen before, like we've never experienced Nights of Lights before. It was the same as it's always been. We know what Nights of Lights is. This is what Nights of Lights is. She expressed concerns about the financial burden on taxpayers. I don't think that's a valid concern.
What?
Those are just words that she said. I don't even think she understands what she said. The burden on taxpayers. What does that mean? I'm sick of people saying words and they don't explain what they mean.
The people that come here pay taxes.
Yeah, it's not impressed by Blonder. On taxpayers and the potential impact on residents' quality of life. People have been screaming this for 30 years. She called in for additional support from the county and the business community to cover they're going to want to help you out after statements like that, the business community. To cover the infrastructure costs. The business community should cover the infrastructure costs. I think that's something the city should handle, actually.
Well, there have been business owners that have come to them and said, hey, we'll build a parking garage here if you allow it. But they were so locked in on the Browdy thing, they said no. They ignored it.
Yeah. Not everybody is bright on that commission. Without significant assistance, Blonder worried that maintaining the Nights of Lights for its full 2-month duration might not be feasible.
Right. Meaning they're going to cut it even shorter?
I'm going to give you some business numbers of where we were at before Night of Lights. We were down, our company was down 8%. And our company's right in the middle of everything. There are other hotels that were down 20 to 30%.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At 8%, you start laying people off. At 20%, you're on a skeleton crew and people don't have jobs. Yep. So what you're talking about is costing people jobs. We were able to get to only down 2% for the year because of Nights of Lights. It saved people's jobs. All right. Yeah. I am sorry if you went downtown and you got caught up in traffic and you went down the wrong road. Because if you go down the wrong road, you are screwed. But if you're a local, you should be able to manipulate your way through. You know how to get through the thing. But I can tell you right now, they're talking about costing people's jobs, and that's not cool. Yeah. So you need to think about that before you start.
They don't understand how business works.
Yeah.
I mean, they've proven that time and time again. These two specifically have proven that time and time again.
Yeah. When you start affecting people's jobs, it's you got to really take a look at yourself.
Yeah. They don't know. They don't care. They're just not in touch. City officials are awaiting a report from the city manager in February, which will provide further insights into the event's impact and sustainability. Yeah. I mean, look, man, I'm not a fan of driving downtown during Nights of Lights either. I'm not a fan of tourists either, obviously. But at the end of the day, Nights of Lights is the biggest, money draw for St. Augustine, period. Tourist money draw for St. Augustine, period. So everybody who understands the impact that tourism can have in St. Augustine, and how much money it does bring, and how many people's jobs and livelihoods it does affect, like you just mentioned, Troy. Again, I'm not a fan of the tourists, and I'm not a fan of the traffic, but I'm a fan of the city doing well. I'm a fan of people having jobs. I'm a fan of businesses staying alive. And they just don't seem to understand that. To even consider, changing Nights of Lights or cutting it more.
Try being a waiter in St. Augustine in September.
Yeah.
And then start talking about this.
Yeah.
Do 1 month as that and see how well your bills come in, because the bills keep coming.
Yeah.
Well, we got to cut you. We don't have enough traffic. We got to cut you. And that's the worst words you can hear as a server when rent is due.
Yeah.
And you know what? That happens a lot in September. It happens a lot in August. I mean, this is how these guys can kind of make it through. So it's frustrating. A lot of people talking about, these hotels. We want hotels in that area because those people aren't driving around. They park and they stay.
Right. They jump on a trolley or whatever.
Hilton you can't get out of.
Yeah.
We tell our residents, and they're paying high dollar. We tell our residents after about 3:00, you really don't want to get in your car. And you know what? We have zero complaints about it because they're there to be a part of the Nights of Lights. So they're part of they're there to be a part of the event.
I spoke to a business owner that did not like this success, and they said for every 300 people that they could take in, they had to turn 300 people away. But isn't that just not allocating your business properly then on the model of Nights of Lights, right?
That's a wonderful problem to have.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm like, why wouldn't you celebrate that? Yeah,
that's a wonderful problem to have. I mean, that's.
Are they looking at those 300 people they turned away as not an opportunity? Well, then you got to figure out how to allocate your business to be able to accommodate those.
How to accommodate them.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's where I was too. That was just on my mind.
Yeah, I mean, they're basically just telling you we get full quickly.
Right.
I mean, right? You're serving 300 people. Mm-hmm. You're providing a service to 300 people, regardless of who those 300 people are. And if your business is doing well, yeah, people have to turn people away.
Mm-hmm. And I talked to Chief Michaud about this too, who is saying that the quality of the tourists that were here were actually pretty good.
It was amazing.
Yeah, they like honestly, the crime was the most were these pickpocketer gangs that they saw or whatever. But yeah, people were jolly and getting along, and it was fine. I mean, other than the traffic issue,
it was
that's what we want. We want the quality tourists.
It was a much higher volume of South Florida this year than I've seen before.
Yeah.
Really? And I'm telling you, there were families. It was wonderful people, people that are going to come back during the year when it's not Nights of Lights. It was huge success. And instead of celebrating and saying, okay, how to fix this, we're saying it's too much. That's the wrong attitude to have. You know, I told you the wayfinding was terrible. People could not find it, the parking garage. They did spend the money on it. I appreciate it. But when you can't find it, it doesn't really work to its full potential.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. This is just I just don't understand them at the city over the past few years. I just don't. They just don't make much sense sometimes. And they seem to speak without really comprehending the numbers. They seem to speak a lot, especially these two, without really having a full grasp on what the information looks like.
Well, they had, I mean, and it's inconvenient. I live downtown. It's inconvenient, but you plan for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I live closer to the center of it than anybody on that commission. I am in it, and you know, you just have to plan for it. And you know, I lived in the city before I worked for the hoteliers, and I planned for it. I knew in those couple of weeks I had to be here at this time, or I'm going to be caught up in it.
Yeah.
So it's just part of the benefit of living in a city like ours.
Let me ask you a question, Troy.
Yes.
Doesn't the mayor who's talking about making drastic changes to Nights of Lights, the biggest tourism event in St. Augustine throughout the year, doesn't she sit on the Tourist Development Council?
Yeah, she does. So, I mean,
how long's that going to last?
Well, she appoints herself.
Does she get to appoint herself?
Yeah, the three largest municipalities have to have representation. So she's the mayor. So she gets to do the appointments for the city. So she's appointed herself, and it's probably one of the.
Does she have to appoint herself?
She doesn't have to, but it's probably the largest dollars and cents board that's over at the county.
Yeah.
So it's a big board. So Dylan, who's the mayor over there, he actually appointed himself. So it's, I mean, if I was mayor, I'd appoint myself.
It's common enough.
Yeah,
Right.
And Chairman Joseph, who's, she's now the chairman, she's now appointed herself to the TDC. So it's fairly common if you handle the appointments, the TDC is the one, because it brings in about $26 million.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a valuable board to be on. So I definitely don't fault her for appointing herself on it. But, you know, part of the mission is to try and figure out how to get tourism there. And it is part of the experience. And the experience, to me, the problem was in getting the people to the right location. You know, the people that went to the lots that, you know, I have a couple lots that I help manage and stuff like that. And they said, oh, well, we just didn't know how to get here. And they stumbled upon this lot. They didn't know where to go, because once the parking garage was closed,
right,
they didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
Everybody goes down Castillo, that sees the X's are closed on the little sign, which is great too. But there needs to be an app that kind of guides them to, here's how to get here. And we need to do a better job of communicating that to our visitors.
Yeah, and I think if you talk to a lot of people who are fed up with tourism, which there's quite a few people in St. Augustine that will say they're fed up with the year-round tourism, but I think we all understand the impact of Nights of Lights. I think people are most frustrated with never getting a break from tourism these days, not with Nights of Lights. I mean, people's gripe, traffic sucks. Yeah, we all get it. Like, we all get it. We've lived here long enough to where we make plans. We plan accordingly for those 3 months. We really do.
Mm-hmm.
We understand the impact of Nights of Lights. What people are frustrated with is year-round tourism and never getting a break, and that's a whole different conversation. But this just seems ill-informed to me. Seems ill-informed.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. The historic King's Head British Pub was seeking a new owner for their iconic red bus. Apparently, the British pub sold. They had the bus. They were trying to get the bus out of there. I can't imagine the bus runs.
They sold the phone booth. That was there too.
Did they sell the phone booth?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Oh, that would have been pretty cool. I would have actually liked
that. Would have been cool.
Booth.
Yeah.
I would have put it right here in the studio, even though it's probably filthy.
Windex.
Yeah, Windex it. What's that stuff? Mother's is great cleaning supplies.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to check out Mother's.
Yeah, there you go. But I guess they've. Do you know who got this bus, Troy?
I don't. And I was in contact with someone who could possibly help me move it.
Oh yeah.
And that person had already been contacted by someone else.
Yeah.
Because it needs a flatbed to move it, right? Not just a tow truck.
It needs a low boy. It needs a semi low boy almost to move it. Because what I'm understanding is the back wheels didn't roll.
Oh.
So it couldn't just lift and roll.
Right, pop a wheelie.
Yeah, I mean,
and a normal flatbed is probably only about 20 feet, and this thing's probably 35 feet long.
Somebody had a great idea. Put this in the middle of the roundabout instead of that stupid $250,000 art installation from somebody who doesn't live here.
Yeah, I wanted to make it a bar.
Make the thing an actual bar?
Make the whole thing a bar.
That would have been interesting, yeah.
Like a diner car, but make it a bar.
Yeah. Okay.
And put it right in downtown.
Yeah,
of course.
Man.
Yeah, everything right in the middle.
Right at the foot of the bridge, man.
It's too busy.
Yeah, too busy. Not during Nights of Lights. So yeah, okay. The bus has gone to a mystery owner, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know who got it.
Me neither.
I mean, the amount of coverage this bus got yesterday, it was insane.
It's an iconic part. I mean, it's something that, we always see it when we drive towards Jacksonville. It's not like, we think it's the most beautiful bus in the world, but it's been there for our entire lives.
Yeah, I've been here since '87. I don't remember it not being there.
Right. Me too. I mean,
that's how people felt about the carousel. I mean, I have to say it. It's the truth. They see it as an iconic thing, and then it went away, and then,
Yeah, well,
I'm just saying, the feelings you're feeling are what the other people. You're learning empathy here.
There's maintenance. There's money to be spent. You're not spending money on the bus.
What? Just that bus. Let it rust and just be a junker in the middle of downtown.
Yep,
perfect.
Better than a carousel that nobody uses. Bus that nobody uses is better than a carousel that nobody uses.
Great.
Yeah.
Everybody.
We should put that bus where the carousel used to be.
Yeah, there it is.
Kids would have more fun on the bus than they would on the carousel.
Make it a playground, have a slide coming out.
Yeah.
That could be cool, actually. Yeah. But, we wouldn't do anything like that.
I'll still try and get it today.
Makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, you're still going to try to get it.
Are you? Yeah. I'm going to give away the
I really want the bus.
I'm going to give away the 904 Beast. We're going to give that away.
You're going to give it away?
Yep.
Thing is iconic.
I know. See? We're just going to do it for the news story. I'm going to give it to Rick, and he's going to give it right back.
Yep. Back-to-back news days.
That's right. All right. So there you go. The bus going to be gone. It was free, listed as free to anyone interested. But obviously, significant restoration, and you had to transport it, which is tough. All right, Gas Buddy Gas Report. Let us know in the comments where you are seeing the best prices for gas. We would appreciate it. At the top of the list, it looks like it is Wow, A1A discount beverage this morning, huh? $2.89 out there on the island. The Sunoco at $21.99 North Ponce are at $2.89 as well. That's their cash price. The Owens, $2.98. The Sunoco at $4.50 South Ponce, $2.98. The Shell at $23.50 North Ponce, $3.13. Your Shell at $2.16 Ponce de Leon Boulevard, $3.18. The Gate at $40.75 US 1 North, $3.19. The Circle K at $45.64 US 1 North, $3.19 as well. The Gate on Mizell Road out there on the island, $3.29. And the Circle K on 207 is at $3.29 this morning as well.
$3.29.
Yeah. If you go to jail.
I was like, CK.
If you go to jail, Chris Lucero will get you out of jail. If you want to get out of jail. If you don't want to get out of jail, don't call Chris, and he won't get you out of jail.
That's true. Yeah. It's up to you.
It really is up to you.
Yeah.
You want to be out of jail? The choice is in your hands. Literally, just dial the number 904-822-BAIL. It's 904-822-2245. I wonder if they still use phone booths in jail.
I think they just hang on the wall.
Yeah, I think it is. And yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, I watch Orange is the New Black. They just
that's true
on the wall.
Yeah,
I mean,
but isn't that the conference one? Isn't that the conference one? The one with the glass?
Yeah, no, there's one on the wall.
I'm talking, it's like
by the showers.
It's like in the main room. There's one on the wall.
Okay,
but you have to have money in your account to use it.
Sure. Okay.
Somebody that's been arrested in comments, just let us know. We won't laugh at you. Just let me. What happens there? What's the phone situation like? It's all right.
Before you call Chris.
Right. What was it like? Paint the picture.
904-822-BAIL. All right. Live music happening today and tonight.
Thank God.
Jim Lamb at the Milltop Tavern at noon. Was that 100 years of music? Didn't last 100 years, did it?
No.
It's a few weeks, felt like 100 years.
Just threw it away like the bus.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I threw it away like Nights of Lights. Hey, this is successful. Fuck it.
Yeah, we don't need it. Get rid of it.
Yeah. Craig Smith at Bid 39 at 1. Taylor Roberts at La Cocina at the Cellar upstairs at 1. Smoke and Joe Shower at the Backyard Island Cafe at Meehan's at 3. Josh Tennessee Worthy at Bin 39 at 4. Wesley Ox. Casa Divino 57 at 5.
It's contagious. Ox.
Yeah, that hurt my throat to say that name. Finney Jacobs. Hurricane Grill and Wings at 5. Trevor Compton at the St. Augustine Shores Golf Club at 5. Elizabeth Roth. Trade Winds at 5 o'clock. Bill Sabo at O.C. White's at 5:30. The Hendrix Bands.
Ooh,
2 of them, apparently.
Bands.
The Hendrix Bands. Barillos at 5:30. Buffalo Rose. Fusion 904 Eatery at 5:30. Carry the Day. Casamaya, 6 o'clock. Caleb Joy at Harry's at 6. Zaza Flamenca. Solo, apparently. At the Hilton Bayfront at 6 o'clock. Taylor Roberts, 6 o'clock at somewhere.
Oh.
Matt Wilson, Cortesi's at 7. And Vegas Gray, Trade Winds, 9 o'clock.
Nice.
Yeah. Speaking of nice, you want a nice roof on your house? Of course you do. You don't want a crappy roof on your house. Look like you're the only guy who doesn't know about roofs in your neighborhood. I could have done better than that. They support a lot of local charities that support local kids, including Big Brothers and Big Sisters and the Boy Scouts and many more in St. Johns County, in addition to putting great roofs on your home. So they're great people.
Solid
human beings. They really are. James is one of the best people I know.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Master Elite Contractors for St. Johns County, and that lets them offer you warranties that nobody else can. 904-355 Roof for Fidus Roofing.
They do pavers.
Yeah.
All right, here's a new one. Man steals amputated legs from hospital. Yeah. Two recovered and one still missing. He stole more than 2.
Wow. Yeah.
I need to see how this happens. On January 13th, officials at a hospital in Bucharest reported a theft involving 3 amputated legs from their storage area.
So it's not a woman named Eileen.
I mean, we haven't gotten there yet. Maybe it is.
Eileen Dover.
The incident, which occurred on January 10th, was captured by surveillance cameras. The footage shows a man with a concealed face, wearing a jacket, sports pants, and entering the medical storage waste area and leaving with a yellow bag.
Should be easy to catch. He has 5 legs.
Well, he's probably fast.
Ooh, good point.
Jesus.
Almost a freaking spider.
Right.
In addition to a black bag that he was already carrying. While 2 of the stolen legs were later recovered, a third remains missing.
Oh, the golden leg.
Watch out for that 3rd leg.
That's what I'm saying. Could smack you in the face.
Oh, I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
That's what she said.
Yeah, okay. I can't even talk anymore for the rest of the show.
No.
I can't even do it. Investigators have launched a criminal case for qualified theft and are actively searching for the suspect. They're also working to locate the missing leg, of course. The 2 recovered legs were found in different locations.
Sports pants.
One was discovered within the hospital premises near the medical waste area.
The leg wasn't good. He just tossed it out.
Yeah, he threw it in another
This
garbage
one's a
can.
piece of crap.
And the other was found on a street close to the medical facility.
Legs get heavy.
Yeah, yeah, seriously.
Follow the.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
He's carrying 3. He's like, gosh, this is too much. He dropped the first one. He's like, still too much.
Hansel and Gretel. Like, let's find it through the wilderness there.
Yeah, okay, I'm good with this.
Yeah.
Go with 1 leg.
According to Professor Lulian Brazine, manager of the hospital, the surveillance footage from January 10th at 6:57 p.m. shows a male individual approaching the passage leading to the morgue near the infectious waste ramp. The area was unlocked. That's a bad area to have unlocked, allowing the person to enter and steal several bags before leaving the same way they came in.
Maybe one of the guests let themselves out.
Maybe it was an inside job.
Yeah. They were mostly dead.
They knew it was going to be unlocked at 12:07 p.m.
That's right. They Mission Impossible this leg fiasco. The incident has prompted police in the hospital to investigate more. As a result of the mishandling of the amputated legs, the hospital was fined $910 by authorities.
So these were amputated legs. They weren't like prosthetics.
Yeah,
these are
amputated
actual
human
legs.
legs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slice.
The hospital initiated its
Those
own
had to be
investigation.
Right.
Oh, yeah, super heavy.
They
Human
had to be
legs?
heavy. He was
Yeah.
that's what it was. He was like, no way, I can't carry all 3
Yeah,
of these.
3 legs is heavy. That would be heavy.
Gosh, it's like carrying a human.
Oh.
And this is obviously somebody who doesn't have enough sense in his life to like be in shape.
Lego my egg.
Lego my Lego. All right. What are you going to do with amputated legs?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the big question here.
What about
Sell
the guy? What about the guy who's in that room? He went to get a snack and he comes back and he goes, I thought I left those legs.
Yeah.
Those legs
What do
were
I do
right
with those
here.
legs?
This little
You think they walked off?
this little piggy went to the market.
Oh,
Cost you an arm and a leg to get it back.
Yeah, seriously.
wow.
Maybe
You know-
people collect them.
You know where that term comes from?
Mm-mm.
Cost you an arm and leg. It comes from back when they would do painting, so it was easy to do like faces and chests.
Oh.
But if you started doing arms and legs
Horrible.
as an artist,
Oh.
it's very challenging. So it was very expensive to do a portrait with your arms and legs in it. So
Really?
So that'll cost you an arm and a
it
leg.
cost
So
you an
yeah.
arm and leg.
Ah.
If you wanted that in there, it'd be expensive.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, AI can't do arms and hands or stuff.
Mm-mm.
Actually, AI is getting a lot better at that stuff.
My
AI's
worst,
getting
my
pretty
worst tattoo. I have tattoos of my boy's hands on my back, like hugging me,
good. Yeah.
but it looks like ET now. So I put on weight. I would show people, but it's disgusting.
Yeah.
So, on the back of my back, right there, it looks like ET is on my back.
That's good. It was
Wow.
iconic.
Yeah, it's not my best tattoo.
Oh no.
Okay, final story here. Missing 16-year-old Colin Kirk last seen in Hastings. Family pleading for information. St. Johns County Sheriff's Office actively investigating the disappearance of a 16-year-old boy named Colin Kirk, who was last seen in Hastings. The case is being handled by their Special Victims Unit. According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, Colin was last seen on January 3rd. He was reportedly watching a movie with his siblings at their home around 6:30 when he went outside to turn on the heat lamp for the family's dogs and did not return. Wow, that's scary. Colin Kirk is described as being 5'4" and weighing about 125 pounds. Brown eyes, brown hair. They have indicated that Colin may still be in the Hastings area, but it's also possible that he could be traveling to Wallens Creek in Kentucky. That's random.
Specific, yeah. Why? Okay.
I don't know. Maybe
he ran away.
He goes. Maybe he's got
family
there. Yeah. Right. In response to this, the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office has been in communication with law enforcement agencies in Kentucky to broaden the search efforts. The Kirk family has released a heartfelt message expressing their deep concern and love for Colin. They emphasize their relentless commitment to finding him, stating that they will never stop searching. The family is appealing to anyone who might have information about Colin's whereabouts to come forward, as the uncertainty of the situation is obviously causing them significant distress. They highlighted the emotional toll his disappearance has taken on his siblings. Oh, I can only imagine those poor kids.
Can't imagine that.
And the family as a whole. Authorities are urging anyone with information regarding Colin's whereabouts to contact the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, 904-824-8304. The community's assistance is crucial, they say, in helping locate Colin and bringing him back to his family safely. Yeah, man, we hope that happens. We hope he's out there somewhere.
Yeah.
We're almost out of time on this show. Troy, how do you want to check the comments, man?
I will thumb my way through the thoughts of our terrific tribe.
All right, as you do that, I will remind everybody about the terrific Bates, Hewitt, and Floyd, not your average local insurance company. They provide peace of mind and insurance to protect your biggest investments. Their approach to insurance and risk, longevity in our community, and the way they treat their clients sets them apart from the rest. Homeowners, auto, commercial, benefits, they've been doing it for over 50 years. Excuse me.
Airball.
Yeah. Christy Lawrenson, St. Augustine's premier agent, offers complimentary policy reviews and has a deep understanding of insurance and what's needed in St. Augustine to be properly insured. Grab yourself a complimentary appointment, 904-794-5455. Then our friend Troy Usina at St. Augustine Handy House. If you were looking for the perfect custom or prefab portable building, well, it's St. Augustine Handy House all the way, proudly owned by Troy Usina Enterprises. They're conveniently located on State Road 16. They're a family-owned business, been serving our community since 1988.
Wow.
Yeah, man. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 9 to 1. They make it very easy. In-house financing. They do delivery. They do installation. They do permitting. They do it all. 904-823-9092. St. Augustine Handy House. What you got, Troy?
All right. So Wawa was at 326. Costco was at 287. The BP at Lewis was at 284. There is no music at La Casina. They are closed for doing a roof for music. I think they're open, but there's no music there. And Let's Let Go My Lego is the quote of the day. And good luck to Stretch Lab for their grand opening.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Why do we just shout out somebody who's not sponsoring the show?
I know, but you know, I want local businesses to do well.
Sure.
Yeah. Answer my email.
Even if they're a franchise.
Yeah.
No, they're fine. Yeah. Sure, they'll do great. I'm actually going down there. All right. Stardom Stat.
All right, Stardom Stat. On this day, 1919, U.S. and government has a lot of bad ideas. This one could be the worst idea of all time. This was when Prohibition was ratified. So, and the Falstad Act shortly followed, and then you couldn't get alcohol legally in the United States, which created a huge mob uprising during the 20s. So, I mean, Al Capone wouldn't have been Al Capone if it wasn't for this amendment ratifying Prohibition. So it lasted like 13, 14 years, and it was redone on the 21st Amendment and repealed. But this was the 18th Amendment was that ratified putting prohibition into place. It happened under President Woodrow Wilson, but he did veto this, and he still didn't have enough votes, and it still got ratified. So he was not a fan.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the Stordom Stat, brought to you by St. Augie's Pizza. Go grab yourself a few slices today, right in between Riberia and ML King. Plugs, guys.
All right. Bollocks tonight at 6:34. We're talking about strange stories around inaugurations. And there's a lot of different ones of, because you don't have to use the Bible. There's a lot of different versions of how presidents became inaugurated and who inaugurated them. So it should be an interesting show.
Cool.
Very good. Davey?
All right, we've got Inc. Investing in Kids coming in, talking about Teacher of the Year banquet that's coming up. We're going to learn about the finalists this year, and we're going to hear from Tina Hemby from St. Johns County School District. She was last year's Teacher of the Year. So I'm curious to see how it's grown over the years. And yeah, it's a great fundraiser and a great community rally.
All right, and I'll tell you to go to thefloridamangames.com. See you later.
Bye-bye.